Hi everyone. Here I'm gonna screen share the Word document for the book list. Here is the books that I have. So the grades I did was third through fifth. So my first book for third grade was There's a Map on My Lap, all about maps, and the standard for this one was read and construct historical and current maps. So basically, what this book is about is the book helps children understand the importance of maps and navigating and understanding the world around them. So basically, about the maps of the like around the world and knowing the maps. So, and I feel it's a cool way for third graders to enjoy the book. It's by like Dr. Seuss, I think, or related to that. So it's a fun book to learn about the map and um, a fun way of doing it as well. Second book was the book title was called for the other book was the second book was What Was the Lewis and Clark Expedition by Judith St. George. And the standard for this one is describe the importance of the Louisiana Purchase and the expedition of Lewis and Clark. Um, so looking back in when I was in elementary, I remember sort of talking about this. And so what this book is about is the Lewis and Clark expedition and how they left for St. Louis, Missouri on May 21, 1804, and the whole story about the Louisiana Purchase. And it talks about that in a way that the students will understand in their own language. And moving on to fourth grade, um, I for fourth grade, I did the book title is called Our Government, the Three Branches, by Shelley Buchanan. I think that's how you say it. Um, the standard for this one is identify and explain the functions of the three branches of government and federal government. Um, so what this book is about is, or the main thing that talks about the three branches, introduces readers to the structure of the United States government, helps students build literacy skills and social studies content knowledge as they learn about the three branches of government and the purpose of the separation of powers. Um, but what this book mainly focuses about is the three branches, and it helps the students understand how the government works around it and how helps them build literacy skills, like it says, and social studies content knowledge. And yeah, that's about pretty much it about that one. For the second book, for fourth grade, the book's called Shh, We're Writing the Constitution by Jean Fritz. And the standard for this one was explain the major purpose of the Bill of Rights. Um, what this book is about is the book talks about the challenges and debates faced by the founding fathers as they work on creating a new form of government. It explains the secrecy surrounding the deliberations as the delegates face the difficult task of finding common ground and addressing multiple concerns of the states. So we basically it's talking about how the Constitution was made, about the Bill of Rights. Um, and so it talks about how it started, the foundation, and how it came to be. And that's pretty much it about that one. Um, moving on to fifth grade, uh, the book title is for fifth grade is The Great Depression, A History Just for Kids, by Kid Caps, the author by Kid Caps. And what the standard is here, identifying political, economic, and social causes and consequences of the Great Depression. This book is about how it's hard to imagine America ever faced times so hard and what it was like to be a kid during these times. The stories from a kid's perspective of what it was like and what the Great Depression, and what the Great Depression did. I found this book really interesting. I liked how the summary was built and how I read it, and it talks about how in the Great Depression how kids were going through what they were learning, and I thought it was a good book to read and to look into, and it's a great book, and I feel like it would be a great book to read with the students, to read aloud with them, and it'd be a fun way of looking at a kid's perspective, a student's perspective in the Great Depression. Um, Next book, last book for fifth grade, was January Sparrow, by Patricia Polacco, and the standard was examine cultural interactions and conflicts among Native Americans, European Americans, and African Americans from c. 1800 to 2000. This story is the Crosswhite family who escaped slavery after witnessing the brutal whipping of a fellow slave. January. Sadie Crosswhite, the youngest Crosswhite, is the narrator of the story and is sad to leave the Sparrow of the January cars for her behind. So what this book basically focuses is how they escaped slavery, and how it brings conflict amongst the Native Americans, and how that came to be, and the story of how they escaped from slavery after witnessing the brutal whipping of the fatal slave. So that basically covers the book and the whole experience of what that person was going through. And